Hello and welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Murder at Birch Tree Theater. Fresh release today. This is an idol-like game where basically we're gonna be investigating scenes, collecting clues, and then putting them together into a story via the now very familiar fill in the gaps mechanic. So I'm pretty sure it's like a single dev, super small team game. So, we're gonna see how it is. Sometimes those things turn out pretty well. We're gonna give it a try. Plan for today is go for about 2 hours. So, I don't end up losing my voice by the time we finish again. So, if we like it, of course, we can continue with it next week. If we don't like it, we can just find something else, right? It's just worth exploring. Who knows? It might be the next best thing in the idol scene. It may not be. So, yes. Welcome. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Digibob. Hello, Last Boy Standing. I'm sorry to hear, Crystal, your bus journey was terrible. That's never nice. So, hopefully, however your day is going today is better. Hello, Ava. I hope you also doing well. Welcome to the stream. So yes, I think we are ready to start. So let me just... I don't know where the camera's gonna be going. We're gonna be doing it live where I try to figure out where I need to be depending on how the game UI is. So yes, I've literally earlier on I just turned it on to see that it's working and just opened this menu and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, so they're not just saying we're in the theater, they're actually going for some sort of themed things of like, it looks like a poster from Les Mis, except the flag is British and also it's called Wuthering, like, I don't know, Wuthering Heights, so something's going on weird with the references. I am not that deeply into theater, like I've seen some stuff that generally plays in London, mostly musical theater, but if there are like deep theater references, might be in trouble. Where'd I get that shirt? It's from Next in the UK. It's just like a store that sells lots of, clothes, homeware, and whatever. I'm not sure they have those in like Europe or anywhere else. Hello, very much craft. So yes, we have Wuthering, the prologue in 1995. There is 10 missions that spans different years because it like goes to 1975, 77, 79. 80 and so forth. So there's 10 cases, which is interesting because we're just in a single community theater and every single case is supposed to be a murder, so they're doing a lot of murdering in that single theater. So let's jump into the prologue, which I presume will be like the tutorial. Yes, there's been a murder at the Birch Tree Theater. Click on highlighted objects to review clues, then click on words to add them to your inventory. Yep, it's fairly standard. Solver tab to go to the solution page and yet drag words into spots. Colors match the word type. Not every word is used. Good luck. The future of community theater depends on you. Okay, this is a serious job. If we fail, no more community theater. So immediately, murder. As it is, yes. So we have... Okay, so I'm basically on the panel that tells us so we can go and fill things in, right? So maybe I'm fine here. So yes, we have what happened. Section is the main puzzle. Solving will complete the level, but it's recommended that you complete the other sections first. So we have to identify 3 people in the cast, and someone was something by someone. So, that's probably where the murder goes. We just need the words for it. Okay, well, so we have whoever's been killed just lying here. Also, all the people are animals, just... It's a thing in this game. The man is surrounded by blood, and it's not breathing. Yep, he dead. Okay, and we've got blood as a clue. There's interestingly like 2 little dots next to him, but it doesn't seem to be like a separate clue. It might just be how they've drawn the blood. Not sure. We've got a gun. That would probably be something to use as a murder weapon. Yes, classic idol, not breathing, yes. A gun. Still warm. Yep. Just as you would expect. This theater is my home. I couldn't let him take it away. Okay, so he was worried this guy would cause the theater to fail, / he was trying to kick this guy out, something like that. So he was worried basically about his future or the theater's future. And his solution for that was kill him. And we have this lady who's a squirrel, I think. Oh my god, I heard. What did you do? Yeah, so she's heard something. Was she like carrying this basket? Okay, it says Keller. That's a name then, and she dropped it. There is something on the door. It says MW. So it will be a clue for who could have been in this dressing room. Like typically, if you, I think, would have a door with your name on it, you would be like a pretty important person in the cast, right? You don't go get a name on or like initials on the door unless you're important. Okay, and after that, we've got a bunch of documents. Okay, so here we've got the running order. Yes, Act 1, opening, welcome to Wuthering Heights, full company. Your friend, your companion, your home, by various people. Out of those, we can take Wilder as a name. Somewhere Far Away with You, Know Your Place, P. Cottager, and M. Wallace. Okay, so we have M. Wilder and M. Wallace, which is the Dorset MW, so immediately could be one of those two. Heathcliff, Epiphany, A Spot of Tea, Know Your Place, Reprise, Your Brother's Eyes, Somewhere Far Away with You, What We Could Have Had. Act 2, Welcome to Wuthering Heights, Reprise, Your Friend, Your Companion, Your Home, Reprise by J. Humming and B. Callan. Your Cold Heart, Days of Grey for All, M. Wilder again. We've collected him before. Again, Your Cold Heart, The Hidden Beauty, Locked Away, Catherine's Eyes, Brighter Days Ahead, Last Water Break before the finale, and Withering Ghost finale, full company. Post-show, please leave mic belts and undergarments out for wardrobe to collect. Lead actor items will be collected by Samantha Keller. Okay, so Samantha's new, but Keller is something we got from the basket, which means that may be something to connect this, because it says that wardrobe will collect. So if she has a basket named Keller, she might be working in the wardrobe department there, and she's collecting from lead actors. Ensemble items by Katarina Cottager. Okay, I was like, there was other Cottager, but this is, yes. Someone called P. Cottager is performing, and then Katarina Cottager is working wardrobe. Okay, this button just lets us see it in bigger text in case we are struggling with the letters. Cool. We've got lots of names. Now I'm gonna assign them to some people. There's still more documents. Wuthering cast, leads. Heathcliff, Mason Wilder, Catherine, Brenda Holtzman, Hilney, Peter Cottager. Okay, so we get like full names. We don't need them all right now, but if all the cases are happening in the same theater, then we may see some people come back later. Okay, we've got Ensemble, Joseph, Marquez Walls. Okay, so that's the other MW. But again, we were talking about the fact that, oh, you know, if you're a lead, you get your initials on the door, so it's more likely that this room is for Mason Wilder than it is for Marquez Walls, who is just done in the ensemble, not in the leads. Hareton, young Heathcliff, Jonathan Perlman, young Catherine, yeah. And then we have Lyndon, U.S. Edgar, Jacob Hamming. There's a bunch of more, but nothing to click on. Okay, more names, more documents. Okay, now it's telling us you can make this larger. Okay, to whom it might concern. My life has not been without its shortcomings, but on the whole I have been blessed. My greatest blessing by far has been to the pleasure of serving the community via the Birch Tree Theater as a leader and a performer. It gives me no pleasure to leave behind the contents of this envelope, but I feel it to be my duty and one shot for redemption. Inside, you will find evidence of this organization's corruption and the crimes committed by its board members. Ooh, we was about to spill the dirt. My attempts to right this ship resulted in my ouster from the board years ago, and my admittedly naive threats to bring these crimes to light have only imperiled my own life. I have seen this organization soar, but surely I will not see those heights reached again in my lifetime. Perhaps, though, the revelation of the evidence I have found will be the first step towards a bright future for the BTT. Theatrically yours forever, Mason W. Okay, so the theater, the community theater, where again, I'm like, aren't those things just like bunch of hobbies doing their thing? So no big money's involved, and yet the community theater is corrupt and full of crime. So that's interesting. And we've got this. A binder containing the score to the musical Wuthering. Okay, so that's like... oh, music. There's actual music. Available in a Half Step Down, Heathcliff, Breathe here. Crescendo to cut off here. Okay, well, they highlighted the lyrics. I'm not sure if this is important. Below her, she says, I'm below her, just a mutt without a name, free to kick and free to shame, 'cause I'm below her. By God, I'll show her that I can beat back every blow and leave the lesser man below. Yes, I'm stronger than she will ever dare to be. I was a man who bowed and smiled, but never again. I had a dream of a wife and a child, but never again. Okay, so that's the lyric to one of the songs. Hopefully, we don't have to be like good at music and singing to crack whatever is going on. Okay, so we found 16 out of 20 clues. Okay, I can't see this. Maybe if I go slightly up, it will be okay. Because then you can see this. We'll see if I get in the way of other people. Yeah, if it's relevant, then we're all in trouble. Because I'm not good with music and like working it out. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't see anywhere we have to play this. So potentially we're good. Okay, but that means we have 16 out of 20 clues. Is there like another room we can go to? If the community theater is so full of murders, how many murders and other crimes have been committed down? Who knows? I mean, it might be a rough town. Okay, where is there like? It doesn't seem like there is another scene anywhere. So, is there anything I was supposed to click? Oh, okay, because I guess that's the problem. Like, if you read the letter using the big window, then you can't see the highlighted things. So that's one thing to know. So yeah, here we have a shot that might be useful for the whole gun situation. Crimes, board, found. And then we have 20. Okay. So now we're ready to do the solving. So we know that the guy who's been shot, I mean, we know, I presume one of the people here is Mason Wilder, right? Because that's the door and that would be the person. And then I guess this is the wardrobe lady, Keller, Samantha? Yeah, Samantha Keller. So let's see. I think I can name her Samantha Keller, because she has a basket with her name and she's doing wardrobe for the leads. That makes sense. We can't arrange our wards, so we can't, like, put them by what we want them to be. So, Mason Wilder is who wrote this note that says, I'll expose this place. And then this guy says, this theater is my home, I couldn't let him take it away. So it would therefore follow that he shoots Mason Wilder in order to stop him exposing the corruption and crimes and therefore, you know, potentially causing the theater to close. So therefore the dead guy is Mason Wilder. So who are you? Because you can be a bunch of the other people that were named in the cast, right? Ah, didn't mean to click that. So. Because this is the lead's, well, it's one of the lead's room, which means he probably doesn't belong here, right? Because, like, the other lead we know about is Peter Cottager, but we can't even collect Peter. So that basically, by kind of the mechanics of the game, excludes him from being that other guy. And so he's one of the other people. So we have Marquez Walls and Jacob Hamming. So he is probably one of those then? See, everyone else, like, we don't have full names. Yes, so we have those two. This score is for Heathcliff, so that's the score, yes, for the guy who was here, like, so it's not like a clue. This other guy came here with his music. So yeah, between those two, what are we supposed to read into here? Like anything in the... No, this is just the name. Like we can't inspect their underwear for any clues. Okay. Silly idea, right? Or maybe not. Because I was like, oh, you know, one of the names is... I could click on him twice? Oh, okay, he has a thing on him blinking. I'm like missing things. Okay, so he has a shirt that says GH. Okay, that explains it. So he is Jacob Hamming. Good spotting. So your name, sir, is Jacob Hamming. There we go. So that's correct. And so what has transpired is that Jacob Hamming was shot. Not Jacob Hamming. Jacob Hamming shot. Mason Wilder was shot. Oh, really? I can't use it? I can. Okay. Mason Wilder was shot by Jacob Hamming to prevent him from revealing the crimes of the board. The sound was heard by Samantha Keller, who walked into to find the aftermath. There we go. Okay, we did it. Tutorial done. Mason Wilder was shot in his dressing room by a fellow community theater actor, Jacob Hamming, to prevent him from revealing the crimes of the Birch Theater Board of Directors. Okay, well. So, We get a little extra story, the same as we would get in idle games. A composer's journey from the Midwest prairies to the bright lights of Broadway. A 7 o'clock alarm, a jog through Central Park, a slice of toast, and a half grapefruit. 20 minutes of warming up the piano with the classics, Beethoven, the Beatles, some Koala Porter for good measure. After that, Cassidy Hillard sets to work. I usually write lyrics away from the piano. I'll start there to get a melody going, but then I'll pace around my apartment with a notebook, singing ideas and writing down the ones that stick. This way I can know what it will feel like for an actor. Drives my husband crazy though. Miss Hillard recently won a Tony Award for the score of An Artist in Residence, her third, following the scores of Wuthering and the Time Travelers Convention. Artist closed in June. But it was the critical darling of the season, taking home 6 Tonys out of 9 nominations. It's also one of the rare musicals to have won a Pulitzer Prize. As I sit across from Miss Hillard, please, call me Cass. I'm dying to know about the journey from a Midwest piano teacher to the toast of Broadway. I also know a recent tragedy that cast a pall over her origin story. An actor was shot backstage after a performance of Wuthering at the community theater where Cass cut her teeth. The actor who died was her former collaborator and lover. She looks forlornly at the piano when I bring this up. I owe a lot to the Birch Tree Theater. It was a scratching post for ideas. It was the center of my hometown, and we put on some incredible shows. I miss those days. But other than that, I'd rather keep my thoughts about the theater and Mason in the past. Okay, so this is someone who's now famous, making the big musicals, but who came up here and was in the Birchwood Community Theater. So, she could know about the crimes. She could have been involved in the crimes that have happened in the past. Or something. Because otherwise, like, what's this about? Because yeah, it's from the same year as the murder, because it's Prologue 1995, and this is like New York Magazine 1995. Okay, so we go to actual chapter 1. Hello, Girl. In 1975. So that goes back in the past, before the prologue case. If this is supposed to be a reference to an actual existing performance, musical, theater play, I'm not sure what it is, because like the first one, at least I got the bits, but this one I'm not quite sure. Okay, something opening. Hello, Girl cast and crew, and to the Birch Tree Theater. Okay, so this is supposed to be opening, and the chandelier falls and strikes the lizard on the head. Okay, so I guess he's the dead guy. This man is bleeding from a head wound and is not breathing. Yep, he's the dead guy. He's got a note. Miss Upson called, letting you know she typed up the minutes but won't make it to a photocopier before opening. She will mail minutes to board members on Monday. Okay, so he might be part of the board then, if he's getting minutes from a board meeting. So it's all of the board members that are getting killed for the crimes here. Okay, so that's him being dead. We have a cork. Oh, were they doing champagne for the opening? The cork hit the chandelier and the chandelier came down and hit the guy on the head? A broken chandelier with some blood on it. Yep, okay, so there is the bottle here next to her. She's just going, oh. Speechless. Carol Abson, okay, so she wrote that note. Take as needed. Valium. CT druggies. Yes, Richard Penny something. Dr. N for Carol Abson. Take as needed. Valium. Okay. So this is hair medication. She's not stealing it from anyone. And she's got money. Oh, $5 store credit. Okay, so it's not money. Money is like a voucher. Happy opening. DP. Okay. Prattley Florist. Happy opening. DP. Okay, someone gave her a voucher. And then we have, well, we have another person that's like lying behind the counter. The woman is passed out and is breathing. Okay, she's not dead. She's just passed out. Okay, Birch Tree Theater Board of Directors monthly meeting. Okay, that's the minutes from the meeting. Maybe we should take a look at this. Yes, okay. So we have 6 people we have to name. They call them the cast, but I mean the cast. I think they mean like the cast of the situation. Not sure. I thought the board members can all be actors, I guess. Like we seen in the first one, the guy was a lead and a board member. So I guess they're all part of the cast and part of the board. They have multiple roles again because it's community theater. So yes, 6 of them. We have who are the board directors. So, okay, we have to actually figure it out. Who's the president, who's the secretary, who's the vice president, and who's the treasurer? And then, yes, when someone opened a bottle of something, yeah? So, and then something unrelated to the incident. So let's explore further then. Birch Tree Theater Board of Directors monthly meeting, April 6, 1975. Meeting called to order at 8 p.m. by Mrs. Gardner. Mr. Gardner, okay, well, if he's calling a meeting to order, he might be the director? Yes. Members present, Mr. C. Gardner, President, Mr. C. Gibson, Vice President, Mrs. C. Absent, Secretary, Mr. Pratterley, Mrs. Prescott, and Miss Stormwall. Okay, so we can actually use this, right? Because we could just go here and say Gardner is the president, right? Before we lose this. Gibson is the vice president. We don't have their first names, but we will find them. Upson is the secretary. And then the treasurer is not named. And also all of them are C, C, C. So we're gonna have to figure out who the different C's are in order to assign them. Members absent, Mrs. Herden, treasurer. Okay, there's the treasurer. Read the next line before saying things. There we go. Excused, oldest son has chicken pox. Oh no. In this game and in the idol, who are we? Are we some kind of godlike being solving these cases for fun? Or are we some kind of detective? Yeah, not sure, right? I'm not sure idol ever explains. And I assume this will not be explained as well. So I guess, yes, we can imagine we're some sort of god that's just bored and is like, oh, what are those murderers beings doing today? Let's have a little look-see. March 2nd, minute reads and approved 6-0. Okay, so something they've discussed on March 2nd was approved. New business, Hello Girl opens this Friday. Motion to have opening night toast for show and theater opening. Will be small, just board members and lead actors to minimize cost. Discussion of who will pop champagne. Christopher suggested Marnie as the leading lady might be a good photo op. Vote 5 in favor, 1 opposed, motion carried. Okay, so that tells us that the woman who opened the champagne is Marnie, and she's the leading lady of the play. So here we can probably assign her as Marnie because the bottle's next to her, so I assume she did it. Motion to approve funds for opening night toast, ginger ale, champagne and wine. Some hesitance to make budget decision without Rona. That may be the treasurer then, because obviously it would make sense that they want the treasurer to be there, make business decisions and spending. But Charles promises to foot the bill if she raises any money objection. Okay. Would Charles be the president, maybe? But could be either the president or vice president. Okay, they voted in favor, so that's why we're here, because they voted in favor, and that went so wrong for them. Motion to decide on building renovations. Consensus is to prioritize lobby beautification, particularly or lighting fixtures. Tabled under next meeting. Oh, well. Well, you didn't want to spend money on fixing the lighting fixtures and see what happened? You did. Announcement. Carol's nerve medication has gone missing, so she apologizes if she has to step out during the Foxhunt scene on opening night. The sound of gunfire makes her faint. Interesting. Oh, so Carol will be the passed out woman because, well, this wasn't gunfire, like a cork popping, could I guess be perceived as similar, so that's why she fainted behind the counter. Yes, oh yes, because I was like, oh, that's hair pills. Why did I think it's hair pills? Just because it say Carol, but it's not. She's Marnie. So yeah, she's been stealing from the other people. And she's the one that's passed out from the whole situation. Meeting adjourned at 9:14 by Mr. Gardner. Happy opening to the BTT. Okay. So, the passed out woman is Carol Upson, right? Because she's got the minutes and it mentioned that she would be doing them. She typed up the minutes but won't make it to the photocopier and she will mail them. And it's hair, medication, and she fainted. So she's fainted, Carol Upson. There we go. Who else is here? Because we've got other people, right? You can pet the dog. I just got an achievement for clicking on this guy that you can pet the dog. Oh, man. Your singing is terrible. Why don't you put a cork in that stupid mouth of yours? Wow. Happy opening. Here's also something to help you make a hello girl-tini. Vodka, liquor, grenadine, bitters. Here's mud in your eye, Marnie, Piper, Sally. Thanks for the you-know-what to help me with my opening night jitters. Okay, so he stole the volume for Marnie? Okay, but that means we know Marnie is called Piper, so we can give her a name. There we go. So that should be two of them. Hopefully we don't need to like make the cocktails or anything like that. We've got Mr. Goat. What, just Carol? Okay. Dear Charles, I've spoken to Mr. Gardner directly several times about the quality of the Act 1 finale, but my concerns seem to fall on deaf ears. As director and president of the board, I had hoped he would be of sound mind enough to give Dan's role to me. Not because I want that, but for the good of the Birch Tree Theater and its reputation. This is our inaugural production after all. As vice president, surely you have a say in the matter. I know I'm probably overstepping, but I deeply care about this theater and all that I could be. I'm thrilled to be a part of this production, and your mentorship means the world to me. I would have preferred the leading man role, but I can live with a sidekick and an understudy. Ha ha. Theatrically yours. Oh, it's Mason! It's Mason from the previous one. So we start with how Mason dies, and here's Mason witnessing some other murder. There's achievements for dogs, might be for cats too. There might be. We'll see. We'll see when we see some cats. But that means, yes, this goat is therefore called Charles, and he's the vice president, right? Because we had all the C's. C. Gardner, C. Gibson. So he's Charles Gibson. Hello, Juwon. Welcome, welcome. We've started already with the theater murders. Yes, so the goat is called Charles. And then I'm gonna assume he's the vice president because he's writing to them the other guy's president, so he's Gibson. Charles Gibson. And then looking at him, right, he's the one that has, like, I guess bull horns. He's a bull. So he's the, what was his name? Mason Wilder or something, but we don't have his surname. So there is more to find. Yes, we still have 5 things to find. I mean, we haven't even clicked on him. He's dead! Wow, such observation skills. Okay, so he ripped up his voucher to Fraternally Florists. He doesn't like whoever gave it to him. I guess he's all like, no, I wanted to be the leading man. And I guess DP might be Dan, so he's like, oh, screw you, Dan. You got the leading role. I hate you. Dear Mason, thanks for your note. You're a talented young man who cares deeply about the theater, and I admire that. However, I must remind you, as the immortal bird of Avon Road, that one man in his time plays many parts. Be patient. There will surely be a leading role for Mason Wilder. There we go, that's his name. In due time. Okay, we can put it in already. So this is a response to his note being like, I should have been the leading person. Needless to say, we are not going to replace a perfectly fine actor 2 days before opening ceremony. Before opening. Community theater is primarily about just that. Community. So don't attack a castmate for singing a little flat. I know the cast is having their own party, but I'm hoping you will join us in the lobby for a toast to couple. Opening night after the audience clears out. I'll give you a chance to make some connections if you're ever interested in serving on the board. Dan will be there, naturally, so play nice. I'm so glad we're finally turning this abandoned movie house into something for the community. Thanks for being a part of it, and break a leg. Friday, Charles. Okay, so he was like, hey Charles, can you get me in? And he's like, listen. You're not the most important person in the whole universe, but you know, play nice and maybe things will happen for you. But yes, to answer your question from yesterday, Juwon, it's like, it's not a manor conversion, it's a movie house conversion. Unless we still decide that before the movie house was a movie house, it was a manor, and then it's in a manor. Multi-step manor. Seriously, Mason? It's obvious you wrote that note. Oh, the one that was like, that put a cork in it. It's insulting the guy you're understudying, who's also a member of the board. Isn't the best way to integrate yourself with this theater company. Maybe channel that rage into your performance instead. Dad. Okay, so then the dog is Dan, because he has the note that says, your singing is terrible. Why don't you put a cork in that stupid mouth of yours? Okay, so the dog is done. Which means this is the board president, Mr. Gardner? We'll have to sort out the name. Let's finish reading. Okay, so this is from Dan, and then he has... Yes, this is the other... cocktail note. Yes, Marnie, Piper, Sally. Okay, and that's all 30 clues we have now found. So we've got, I guess, Christopher left for the board president, because he's the other man whose name begins with a C. So Charles promised to foot the bill. So it was the vice president that said he will pay for the booze in case the treasurer doesn't agree. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Rona Herdin is the treasurer then, because she was missing and they didn't want to do the financial decision. Rona. So then we have Charles Gibson is on the board, the VP. Christopher Gardner is the president then. So he can go here. And then Carol Upson is the secretary. There we go. So that confirms we have those names right. So the vouchers from him... No, he wouldn't have one. Oh, okay. That makes sense. His name is Pratterly, right? Because he's DP. He gives people a voucher to basically his own florist shop as a kind of happy opening. And that's why the other guys, I mean, it's two reasons why he rips it up. He's like, A, I hate your stupid face. And B, I hate your stupid face. Because yes, this is a community theater, so again, they probably have other jobs. So that's his name. There we go. So that's all the names. So what happened? When Marnie Piper opened a bottle of champagne, the cork flew into a chandelier, causing it to fall and kill Christopher Gardner. The sound caused Carol Upson to faint because they could not find their volume. Unrelated to the incident, someone wanted to replace... Okay, so Mason wanted to replace Dan Pratterly in the production, but Charles Gibson urged him to let it go. Ta-da! At the inaugural performances of the Birch Tree Theater, actress Marnie Piper, who was under the influence of Valium, opened a bottle of champagne to begin the celebration. The cork flew towards the ceiling, striking an old chandelier, which fell and killed board president Christopher Gardner. Yeah, it doesn't quite sound like a murder, but like, how much role did the Valium play in this? Like, if she wasn't on Valium, would she have hit the chandelier? An accident, I guess, unless someone has sabotaged the chandelier. Firefly is in the room. Hello. You want to join? Do you? No, you have to hop up. You wanna come up? You just wanna scratch my chair, is that it? Okay. Well, I guess that's it. Dear Mason, you'll be getting an official letter soon, but I wanted you to hear it from me first. The board narrowly voted down my proposal to add you as a board member. I strongly advocated for you, but even as president, I am but one of several voices. I know this must sting given your rivalry with Mr. P, especially with him becoming vice president after last year's incident, but I encourage you to be patient. Time has a way of healing old wounds, and your day will come eventually. Okay, so Mason has not yet joined the board at this point. It was instead Dan who came onto the board after Mr. Gardner was killed in an unfortunate incident with a chandelier. Yes, Firefly is here to see you all. Hello. Would you like to do a little murder? A little drama in the theater? No? Okay. Okay. You can go. So, chapter 2. Cell block jazz. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. It's 1977. And someone may have lost his trousers. Or someone may have fallen down into the orchestra. Okay, we actually now have going to different screens. Yes, so we have like behind the side of the stage where the trousers might be. And we have below the stage. Oh yes, there it is. There's the murder. Because we've got the orchestra and there is a person. We found the dead guy. That's the most important part of murder investigation. Find the dead guy. So, the person under the desk is not breathing. Yep. That it is. Hans. Greetings, fearless leader. Just making sure you know about the cat kitten hangout on Sunday. A bunch of us are going to Scourges to see Cassidy sing. I heard one of her songs the other day. She's really good. Don't worry, MM is not invited. Haha. Come get a drink with us. Far from the terror of the fearsome storm wall. Okay. Jenna. Okay, so we're adding a bunch of new people. Yes, there is lots of musicians here. Yes, there's the trousers. The belt loops on the pants have come loose. And they've got some notes in the pants. People I still need to give opening night gifts to. Lighting guy, Sandy the Sail, Mason Wilder, right. Crew guy, Chris, Todd, I forget which is his first name. Okay, so he's called like Chris Todd or something, Todd Chris. Or are those two different names of two different peoples and he doesn't even know? Quick change dresser, the rabbit girl, something Dittmeyer. Okay, so those are the pants of someone performing. I mean, makes sense because they're up there with no pants. What else? There are locks installed on the wheels, but they appear to be loose. Okay, so that caused the desk to ride off and fall into here. Here's the conductor. What in God's name? Hans! Okay, so Hans is the guy who may have fallen. And there is more music, dollars and innocence. Dan jumps on desk. Okay, oh, is it Dan? Did he die? Because he jumped on desk, but the wheels were not locked. So instead of just jumping on the desk through the force just rolled off, fell into the bandstand, and now he dead. Unless he fell on someone. Why is there a massive hole in the floor on the stage that leads to where the orchestra... Isn't that normal? Like, isn't it normal for in front of the stage there is the bit that goes low down where the orchestra is? Like, I mean, it might be secured so you don't fall in, but I thought that's the general setup, right? The orchestra goes under the stage. Unless I'm crazy and I just made it up. Like, maybe they have some secure things to make sure people don't fall down there, but yeah, I mean, obviously where I would have gone to the theater is a lot of like the London places, right? And they are pretty old theaters, most of them. So I think for most part that's the design they would have, right? Where the orchestra's under. Steps on chair as well. But yes, I guess the desk just rolled over. This is also like the one they have the like super heavy security curtains. So when when there's like intervals or before they start, the curtain goes in the front and it's like Basically, if someone trips and falls towards the front, the curtain will stop them so they don't fall down off the stage and down the bottom or anything like that. But I guess during the play, you just have to make sure to not go off. You know, that's on you. Cell Block Jazz Orchestra Pit. Conductor, Miss Elena Stormwell. Okay, that's what they were talking about before. Assistant conductor, pianist, Miss Cassidy Hilliard. Concertmaster, Mr. Hans Fleming. Okay, so she's talking about Hans. Strings, Jenna Houston, Holly James, yeah, woodwinds, brass. Okay, there are names that we don't need to yet know, but Damon, they come back. Drums, bass, Jess Baguette. Yeah, we've got this lady on the piano, right? She was in that article from 1995, because this is back in the 70s. So this is her while she was still working at the community theater before she was the big composer. Oh, no. Cassidy, please watch at the end fermata of D and I. As you know, I'm trying to cue the downward of M12 for when Dan jumps on the desk. I assume this is some music terms. All we care about here is that Dan jumps on the desk. Also, Schlubby Hubby, quieter during Mason's dialogue sections. Suspicious Rag, do not rush. I know you want to conduct someday, but I can't let that happen if you can't rein in your tempi. Also, please come in early tomorrow for replank. To replank the girl think when Kitty, harmony for Dan. Love, Elena. Okay, so this is the notes from the conductor about how they need to do better. And anyone else here? Because yeah, this doesn't look like Dan the dog under this desk, right? So I guess his trousers have fallen and the desk have fallen, but Dan is up here, yes. I'm okay. Is anybody hurt? So yes, Dan jumped on the desk. His trousers were with the desk, and it rolled off. But he's up here. He's okay. And he's got more of those Prattery Flowers vouchers that he keeps giving people on every opening night, I guess. He's literally giving people gifts of like, come to my shop with $5 voucher, which there's probably nothing you can buy with $5, so he's basically tricking them into spending money at his shop. Prattery Florist, happy opening, yes. Okay, so let's look at our panel. How did he lose his trouser? He's still wearing one of his shoes. There was a note in the trousers that said quick change dresser, so there might be some, you know, things with the pants where they allow them to come off quickly, right? So it might be possible for the trousers to like come off easier than you would expect a well-fitting trousers. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a wardrobe person, obviously. But that would be my assumption, right? Where they're saying like quick changes, they might be doing some things to make sure the clothes can come off really quickly and then have something else underneath or put it on quickly. I'm sure you may have seen like some things in the theater. Sometimes they like, you know, have those rip-off clothes that just come off and they do a dress change mid-song. They do that for the Frozen musical for sure, but there are other places this has been done. But he didn't have anything underneath, so I don't think his trousers were supposed to come off just yet. And like that, in the middle. Anyway, so what was I going to do? Oh yes, I was going to say, this is Dan. Dan Pratterly. And then the conductor, her name is Elena Stormwell? I think that's what we were basically learning here, right? Because she This polyandry is the key to the plot. Maybe. I mean, could be like it's supposed to be a scene where he's caught with his pants down or something. Oh, I didn't read this as well. I missed it. Code. First words, last words. Code. Belt your song, O king, to spin my tender heart in loops. Lose your sound and fury on the shambling nemesis. Will his temperance sway or will his constitution bear? All the vengeance our forbidden love has wrought on him tonight. So first words, last words, code. Belt, loops, loose, nemesis, will bear all tonight. Yes, no? Maybe. I mean, belt loops makes sense with what we've seen so far. The belt loops were ripped on the pants. Loose nemesis, will bear. Unless we're saying it like sentences. Belt loops, no, it's still belt loop, loose nemesis. And then we'll just be will tonight. SD. Okay, but that sounds like they knew something about those trousers, whoever SD is. And then, does she have this note because it was a note for her, or it's like ripped up and glued together? Did she find it somewhere and she's like, something's going on? Belt loops loose, nemesis will bear all tonight. Oh. Like, it was supposed to be a prank? They were going to prank him by ripping his trousers off on stage. Except then it turned out that it also caused the death to fall and kill someone. So a good prank, bro. Yes. Yes, that would work for sure. Yes. The stage has a skid mark from something heavy sliding across it. Yes, that would be the desk. And here's that guy again. What a disaster. Okay, so it's him and some otter lady. Dear Mason. Yes, Mason. You'll be getting an official letter soon. Oh yeah, it's okay. So this is the board now voted down my proposal to add you as a board member. Yes, I advocated for you. I know this must sting, given your rivalry with Mr. P, especially him becoming vice president after the last year's incident, but I encourage you to be patient. Time has a way of healing old wounds, and your day will come eventually, yours, Charles. Yeah, so this is the note we saw after the last chapter, where he has even more reason to be angry at Dan Fratterly, because Dan is getting a board position and the lead roles and he's not. Right, so that's making him angry. Then yes, we have this rabbit here just going she got a seam ripper, yes, so that could be used for dismantling the trousers and quick changes. Yes, exactly. Motive to want to embarrass Dan? Yep. Who would want that? We know a guy. Sheila, dresser track, page 3. Dollars and Innocence, prep set basket by SR Stairs. For Dan's jacket, have Sandy's shoes and jumpsuit prepared nearby. Important. Do quick change downstage of curtain. Because Dan will enter through 2 with a set piece, the rolling desk. He and Todd Chris crew will pick it up and rotate it so Todd can strike it. The wheels don't swivel. Dan into Gilfing courtroom basic. After Dan is done with the desk, he will remove his jacket, have his courtroom jacket and tie ready, left sleeve first. Don't lay pieces on the desk. It's very easy to snag buttons and belt loops on it. Sandy into holding cell jumpsuit. After Dan, assist Sandy in putting on jumpsuit and do the top buttons while she steps into the shoes. After quick changes, Hank dons office jacket and return to dressing room for Act 2 prep. Okay, so that's all her notes about what they need to do during the play, like who's changing into what, when, how, right? Because it's all a tight situation of making sure everyone has everything at exactly the right time and place. Sheila, message received. I appreciate your assistance in this matter. I will look forward to you-know-who being laughed off the stage. These things take time, of course, but when I inevitably ascend to the board, I'll campaign to instate you as in-house wardrobe supervisor. Okay, so he's buttering Sheila up to help with the wardrobe malfunction plan. I appreciate you sending your message in code, first and last words, clever. But no, it's unnecessary as I promptly destroy any message that might be incriminating, just as you should destroy this note. Yours, MW. Mason Wilden. Yes, so he was getting the wardrobe lady to help him. Let's put his name in as always, since we know. Wilder Mason. And therefore her name is... Now I'm covering the characters. I guess I'm going back down here. Over the buttons. Now that there's more of them. I think we have her surname because Dan had something in his notes. In his trousers that are downstairs. Yeah. Quick change dresser, the rabbit girl something, Dittmeyer. Okay, so her surname is Dittmeyer, I think. Chris Todd, the crew guy. Yes, Mason Wilder and Sandy DeSale. So then, is this Sandy? Because this is the other woman performing. So, Sandy DeSale. Yes, there is the famous lady from the magazine, because this is her while she was still working at the theater, right? She was playing the piano for them, and she found this note that was between the wardrobe lady and Mason. So she had nothing to do with it. She somehow just knew that they were doing it because he destroyed it, but then she taped it back together. So she's here. Her name is Cassidy. Cassidy. And I'm sure we had her name from the thing, but it's actually here it says who plays what. This assistant conductor and pianist is Cassidy Hillard. Yes, they're ripping it into 4 is not exactly destroying the evidence. So that's her, Cassidy Hilliard. So we have whoever got squished and this. I think this is... where is that person? Oh, I know where they are. Here, there's this guy. Well, so he's got $50. I've had it with MM. Let's go through with the thing we talked about. I know you said it's safe, but only if you promise no one will get hurt. Just want to give her a scare. Here's something for your travel. Okay, someone gave him a 50 to get MM. No one has yet been identified as MM. Interesting. Screwdriver. And yes, the florist gift. So yeah, is he... Therefore... Yeah, the crew guy, Chris Todd, right? Because he has him crossed out and that crew guy... I mean, he's sitting in the back and he already has his voucher on him. And we from here know that his name is Todd Chris. That's the correct order. Todd Chris. Todd Chris. So is this therefore whoever MM is gonna be, but you know, instead of them just dealing with him as a scare him off or whatever, they got killed? Okay, we're missing 2 clues still. So something else to inspect. This is red, because red is clicked. So this is red, this is red, this is red. Everything on here I've seen. Nothing on those clothes, the baskets. No one here. Everything on Dan. Everything on those 2. Any yellow sparkles around here that I've missed? Oh, you got it. Showtime's tonight, just like we said, and trust me, the wheels don't turn, so it will fall straight in. Won't hurt no one. Show will give the monster Mistra a fright though, haha. I'll be watching from above. TC, okay, so that's... So she uncovers a plot to destroy Dan's trouser, but she is involved in a plot to knock the desk over. So the 2 pranks, humiliation plans somehow come together at the same time and result in someone dying. Monster Mistra. Okay. Interesting. But I didn't add any clues. Here she's yelling Hans. Like, so it could be the person that died is Hans, because that would make sense. You know, she's yelling about the person that got hit. So, Hans Fleming? Yeah, what is it? I mean, yes. So here it says... Apparently I played the piano. Did I? Monster Mistra, yeah, exactly. So this would match with the MM, but that might be like a nickname they have for this person. But with her yelling Hans, I'm willing to say that the person that got crushed is Hans Fleming. Over there. Hans Fleming. Yes, okay. So that's all the identities confirmed. What was tampered with? So Dan's pants were loosened by Sheila Dittmeyer, and the desk set piece was unlocked by Todd Chris. Oh, no? Interesting. Let's have a look-see then. Because she has a note. I appreciate your assistance. I look forward to you-know-who being locked off the stage. These things take time, of course. I appreciate you sending message and code. Oh, okay, so she may have sent him the code being like, the belt loops are loose. But then it's him. Then it's him that actually does this. Oh, do we have a word for wheels? Oh, the wheels were unlocked, not just the desk. Okay. Oh, and is it belt loops, not pants? Okay, I was going for like the whole item, but they were wanting the specific like the thing on the wardrobe, not just the pants and the desk. It's the belt loops and the wheels. Okay, that's the logic. Okay, so I think once again, so someone jealous of someone's role as something. So it's Mason. Hey Mason, I can see why Mason had a lot to confess at the start of this game, because he's been definitely doing crimes. Jealous of Dan Pratterly's role as what? Vice president, or what's Gil thing? Because it was mentioned a few times, but is that Is that something in the play, or is that an actual name of a character? Come in early tomorrow to replank the guild thing. When Kitty harmony for Dan. So that could be the name of the character he's playing, Gilfing. Because I mean, Mason is jealous of both, right? He's jealous of both the fact that Dan gets leading roles and the fact that he became vice president. Okay, let's see. Well, he's jealous of his role. He conspired with Sheila Dittmeyer to embarrass him with a wardrobe malfunction. Set piece malfunction? What? I'm still missing clues. I'm still missing 2 words. Because yeah, I think it's the wardrobe malfunction. Where are my 2 words? Other pocket. Dan, the final note of D&I is still flat. Please use your ears and adjust the pitch accordingly. Use breath support, else it will sound pitched and it will kill me inside. Also, you're still singing the wrong harmony on When Kitty Makes Her Break. I'll have Cassidy plank out the notes for you before the show tomorrow again. Okay, so that's the conductor. So that's 1 extra word. Okay, slightly annoyingly, that means if there is things inside of things and we haven't clicked on all of them, that doesn't leave the chop level thing as undiscovered, right? It turns it to red. So we might be missing some yellows inside of things. This is all red. Nothing to click here. Doing a word hunt. Nothing yellow left here. Yeah, the skid marks. Yeah, that's done. Notes or vouchers, whatever. Any words I haven't clicked on here. I looked at this. Oh, wardrobe. Okay. There we go. Didn't click on that. Yes, so now they embarrass him with a wardrobe malfunction. That works. Meanwhile, someone else, Cassidy Hilliard, enlisted the help of Todd Chris to scare Hans Fleming? That's the bit, because they were talking about MM. Right? It's Hans somehow MM? Is it someone different? Trust me, the wheels don't turn, so it will fall straight in. Won't hurt no one. Sure will give the monster Mistra a fright though. I'll be watching from above. Like, who are they scaring? I've had it with MM. Let's go through with the thing we've talked about. I know you said it's safe, but only do it if you promise that no one will get hurt. Just want to give hair a scare. Okay. Maybe they're talking about the conductor then. Because like there is a bunch of... Yes. There's a bunch of stuff, like the conductor is very strict. Like she gives the note to Cassidy, like, oh, you know, the end of that. You need to do this better, you need to do that better, whatever. Then she also is handing out notes to the actors being as, you need to do that better, you need to do that better. So maybe it's Elena Stormwall that they're talking about wanting to scare. There may have been something else about her. This is the changes. This is them just plotting. Mistra Maestro? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. That would, I mean, that would definitely make sense with the note she's giving people. So, they wanted to scare Elena Stormwall. The two incidents collided when the altered trousers, pants, caused the something to fall and get caught on the something. As a result, someone tipped into the something, causing it to skid at an angle and fall into the orchestra pit, killing Hans Fleming. Okay, so that's, I think, where those go. Okay, oh, maybe that's it. Because he doesn't just jump on the desk, right? There is also a chair. Because in this, it says Dan jumps on the desk, and the other thing is that Dan steps on a chair. So he goes on the chair, and then from the chair he jumps on the desk. But the chair has already fallen over. And she also has a note about don't lay pieces on the desk. It's very easy to snag buttons and belt loops on it. So the desk is danger to wardrobe. The two incidents collided when the altered pants caused the something to fall and get caught on the desk. As a result, or on the chair. As a result, we know it was Dan. Dan tripped. The altered belt loops caused the pants to fall. Yeah, maybe. But yes, as a result, Dan practically tripped into the desk. Okay. Causing it to skid at an angle and fall into the orchestra pit. Okay, so yes. Altered belt loops caused the pants to fall and get caught on the desk. Oh, the role as the main character? No, as vice president? Okay. Because like, he was jealous of everything Dan is doing, so, you know, which one is it today? Mason Wilder wanted to embarrass newly appointed board and vice president Dan Pratterly, so he enlisted Sheila Dittmeyer to rip the belt loops on Dan's costume so his pants would fall during his big number. Unrelated, pianist Cassidy Hillard paid stagehand Todd Chris to loosen the wheel locks on a desk so that it would fall into the pit and scare conductor Elena Stormwall. These pranks collided when Dan's pants got tangled on the unsecured desk, causing him to fall and knock the desk into the orchestra pit at an angle, killing violinist Hans Fleming. I mean, as pranks go, again, you shouldn't be doing those things to people, but if we were talking like, if it was acceptable, cutting someone's pants so they fall off, it's like, okay, it's a shitty thing to do, but no one's gonna die. Shoving a desk into the orchestra pit while people are in it, that's ridiculous. Yes, even if you're like, oh, no one's gonna be in the middle, so they're fine. Like, no, don't do that. Yes, it would definitely not stand up in court if you were like, oh, I thought it was going to fall next to them instead of on their head. No. Hey, Cassidy. Don't beat yourself up too much over this. Bad timing more than anything, which we both know can kill a musical number. Terrible things happen sometimes, and we move on stronger as a result. Next time, I'll be sure to burn any letters or poems instead of tossing them. How mortifying. I hope you don't get the wrong impression about me and the offer. Anyway, I enjoyed the run. Hope to see you on the next one. Let me know if you want to talk more. MW. Sure, how about coffee this weekend? Okay, so that goes back to the whole article about her, right? She's like, oh yeah, so I used to be there, and actually the guy who dies at the start, who we keep seeing in every single one, Mason, right? She's like, oh yeah, we used to be together, but I don't want to talk about it. Is it because of all the murder you've been involved in together? Because it's basically the both of you did it. Okay. A musical comedy. Casimir? Chapter 3, 1979. It's like Midsummer Murders with Critters. Yes, it's like you have one tiny town, one tiny community theater, and every couple of years someone dies, you know. So I guess from what's been going on so far, the prologue is like where Mason dies, but every single other chapter is gonna be Mason is somehow around all the other people getting killed. Here's Dan again. So, no dead guy yet. Let's look around. Here's some people waiting. I guess they're auditioning. Doesn't Murder, She Wrote take place in a total of 2,000 people? Possible. I mean, there's a lot of those, like, British crime-solving things where it's like, a small town in rural England. Murder, 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 murder. Like, there's just murder every week. Okay, we've got a horse cleaning near the bathroom. Where's the dead guy? Is no one dead? Okay. I guess we're just investigating and seeing what happens. Well, let's start with the main stage. Here's Dan. Something seems off about the singing. Do you want me to listen to it and tell you what's off? This probably was once a town of 10,000 people, but the rest either died or moved away after hearing the murder rate. Yeah. I mean, or died of the murder. You know, population's gonna be going down really quickly if you have murder every week.
Long day at the rat race, a day job that lasts all week. You dreamed of being the boss of that place, and now you quake when you're told to speak. Though to pay attention and hear my offer, a night of thrills to fascinate you, a story brimming with song and dance, and plots and plans and chills await you. Drums 2, 3, 4. Abracadabulous, it's what we do in our abracadabulous way. The night may be long, but it's full of song in our magical, tragical, abracadabrical play.
I was gonna say, I'm not good at singing, and I don't have a good musical ear, but I don't think he's good at singing either. It's not going well for him, that's for sure. Scared Wars, okay. Okay, here's Cassidy with her pockets. Results typically occur in 4 hours. Laxaid, premium laxative. Oh my god. Cass, one one prank gone wrong wasn't enough for you? Bud's liquor, vodka, bourbon, tequila. Don't drink and drive, thanks. Yes, everyone is murderous here. But yes, he might be like having trouble singing because he has a different urge happening inside of him. Yeah, there was a bathroom. We'll go visit in a sec. Abracadabulos. Narrator. Okay, that's the one thing they wanted us to get from here. The rest is just the words to the song. So that's probably fine for now. We still got things and people here. How disappointing. There, Mr. Gibson. Thanks for your discretion in all this. It gives me no pleasure seeing my mentor spiral, but what can you do? Maybe she wants to get caught. I saw that she's keeping bottles downstairs in the kitchen. She's taught me so much. I'm ashamed that I didn't see the warning signs earlier, and that I wasn't able to help before she was too far gone. God forbid if she's unable to perform. I'm ready to step in, but only of course as a last resort. Regardless of all that, I'm looking forward to getting another BTT show up and running, especially one with Mother Simon Swamp score. See you Saturday, Cassidy. Okay, so not only is Cassidy slipping people laxatives, she's also buying booze in order to frame the conductor for being an alcoholic. And then be like, oh my god, I can take over if she's unable to. Such a shame. Cassie, she's evil. She is evil. Okay, bunch of things on this desk. Everything from him. Narrator, well, now what? Casimir, what do you mean? You can't just sit around. Why not? Well, because you have so much to do. You feel empty, right? Yeah. Hollow? Sure. A soulless vessel without direction, seeking fulfillment in all the wrong places and eager to be radicalized by a series of misinformed adventures? Yeah, I guess so. Well, look at this. Narrator thrust a newspaper at Casimir. My brother is vying for the throne of Hungary? Hungary is right. He's already king of Bohemia. That's good news, right? I'm brother to a king. I'm heir apparent. Heir apparently is all that's floating between your ears. Hey! Okay, so that's part of the play. Good clarification right there, last point. But yes, I guess the community theater does contain a lot of drama. Assemble favorites: Alex B, A Sky So Vast, Can't Match Tempo, Carrie R, Sunrise Surprise, Pitchy But Fine. Roger Dumont, great. Too tall for Casimir, possible narrator, asking to come back this afternoon. Rachel G, lovely voice, possible Janine, understudy. Kelly C, voice just okay, but Nina likes her, strong dancer. Narrator, Eddie M, no. Dan P, Diet Diary, end of week 1. Okay, so they're making like notes about the casting and then notes about their diet. So someone's losing weight, sick of smoothies, but finally seeing results after switching out honey for saccharine. Okay. That was that. The conductor score to Casimir. Okay. So that's the play. Some addition notes, nothing noteworthy. The notes are not noteworthy. And a mug we can't click on. Here's a cat lady. We don't get an achievement for petting the cat lady. She's been gone 20 minutes, Charles. Does she even care about this show? Oh, is it about the conductor? So she's in the bathroom. Okay, so bathroom. A pained voice bellows from behind the bathroom door. Damn it, Donnie. I'll be fine. Just don't breathe a word of this to anyone. Not a soul. Okay, did they have an accident in front of the bathroom? Excuse me, are you okay in there? It sounds like you're in a lot of pain. And yes, they're cleaning in front of the bathroom. An unwashed blender that has done some recent blending. The blender's been blending. So, well, someone was blending some smoothies. Okay, we've got veg oil. Various bottles of alcohol. Peas, oranges, gravy, cocoa, chips, sugar. Saccharine, sugar, and honey. Yeah, so that's the different things the person's been using for their smoothies. So something here could be spiked with the laxatives. There's the rest of the blender. Okay, we get an achievement for looking at the smoothie recipes. The Smoothie Diet Method by Barnaby Vitrell, a tried and true weight loss program for women serious about their looks and health. Jumpstart your metabolism and stay full longer. Here's some smoothie recipes if you want. Yeah, there's honey, sugar, lemon juice, optional snack of half a grapefruit and a glass of white wine. Yeah, that will help you diet. Yes, I often snack on some wine. Birch Tree Theater newsletter, winter 1979. Art can grow in the unlikeliest of places. Dear friend of the arts, thank you for your patronage and participation. Sales for the Song Peddler were so strong we were able to do much needed repairs to the building facade. As well, buy a state-of-the-art electric harpsichord for orchestral pit. Keep spreading the word and we'll keep mounting first-class productions. Auditions for Casimir will be held March 10th and 11th. My GNU colleague Nina Vasquez will direct and choreograph the production. Her work is provocative and fresh, and I'm happy to welcome her to the BTT family. Okay, so that may be the cat lady, because she's new. On February 18, our accompanist extraordinaire Cassidy Hilliard will be teaching a free songwriting workshop. Her last one was a huge success, and we'd love for the turnout to be even bigger this time around. In other news, please join me in celebrating our volunteer of the month, Donnie Franklin. He's a firefighter by day, and we're lucky he can dedicate his weekends to keeping the building clean. Stay warm, and we'll see you in April for Casimir. Charles Gibson, the board president. Yes, okay, so Donnie Franklin is the whole horse. So he's somehow a firefighter by day and a community theater janitor by night. Look who's here, our favorite person. Yes, we have Cassidy Hilliard. Okay, I'm already gonna say this because I hated that in Idol as well. When you have the same characters over and over again and they make you collect the names over and over again and assign them to the same characters over and over again, it gets a bit tiring. Yeah. I guess this might not be Dan then, it's some other dog. Maybe. We'll see. And then I think this might be the Nina Vasquez, because she's there doing the auditions and they're saying like, oh, she's new. Fridge. Kindly refrain from eating any fridge items that are not yours. I'm on a very strict specific diet, and stealing my food is tantamount to slapping me in the face. I will not have a food thief erase my weeks of discipline and progress, and I will not hesitate to contact the authorities. Consider yourself warned. Do not steal my food. This means you, Donnie. Okay, Elena, so the conductor, she's the one on the smoothie diet. You bet it's Cassidy doing the stealing. Maybe, maybe. I mean, she clearly has it out for the conductor, that's for sure. Okay. Nothing more in here, I think. There is a third screen. Audition notice, Casimir, music and lyrics by Simon Swamp, book by Colin Arbuckle. Synopsis, the youngest son of the 15th Hungarian king looking for his place in the world. Suffering through war, sex, and politics all to find a name for himself and grow up along the way. Characters, narrator, male or female, mid-20s to 40s, Casimir, male, early 20s, Vlad, male, late 20s, Father Cass, male, 50-60, Janine, female, early mid-20s, Auntie Kilgore, female, 60 plus. About 20 large male and female assemble, all ages. March 10, that's the casting order. March 11, they're doing just the ensemble and other roles. So this must be March 10, saying that they were doing notes for the various things, maybe. March 15 and 60 callbacks. So yes, we're not yet at the callback stage. Please bring any short song, preferably from the show and preferably in the correct key and tempo. Our pianist can transpose, but it will save us time if you can read your song as is. Audition sign-up form. A few of the most recent entries stand out. Eddie Montgomery, Dan Pratterly. Oh, so it might be Dan. There we go. Helen Albrecht, Mason Wilder, Roger Dumont, Suzanne Serpstein, maybe? Oh, Serpstein, like a serpent? Are they the snake person? Okay, so we know those two, right? So this must be Dan then. Dan Pratterly. And this is, of course, Mason Wilder. And we know who this is as well. This is Charles Gibson. Yeah, there we go. So that's all the names complete. Who is running the audition? Well, actually, we know it's Charles Gibson. Is the board president. And then we have music director. It's Cassidy, who's the pianist. And then Elena, I think, is supposed to be the music director. I forgot her surname. I'll get to it. Because the cat lady is supposed to be the choreographer, right? Okay, not worry notes. Okay, let's find the rest of the stuff first, so I don't miss them again. There's a bag. Pratterly florist, yes, it's that in there. That's his stuff. Stormwall, that was her name. We didn't have it yet. The vocal studio of Miss Elena Stormwall. Date. Student Dan P. Notes, much improvement. You're quite prepared for Saturday, but I still want to break your habit of being a muscle memory singer, which keeps you singing strictly in the key you've rehearsed, regardless of what the piano is playing. I cannot sympathize. I have a perfect pitch, so slight deviation in pitch can drive me batty. Just keep recording this lesson and listen back 3 times a week. Oh, the kind of people that can hear what they're singing. Oh, they're so much better than the rest of us. Break a leg at the audition. I certainly can't make any promises, but hopefully we'll be working on Casimir songs for the next few months. Okay, so she wanted Dan to get the role. So yes, she's Elena Stormwall. So is the Nina Vasquez the director then? They take her, because I thought she was like choreography, but maybe she was director. Oh yeah, okay, she will direct and choreograph. Okay, so Nina Vasquez is the director. There we go. Okay, now let's go read the rest of the things. H, here's the sheet music. Don't worry about the audition notice. I'll transpose to D minor for your audition, no problem. They're open to any gender playing the part, so I'll change all the keys if necessary. Break legs. Okay, so this is someone that Cass sent in for the audition. She's trying to help someone else out. Ah, there was more in the bag. Ah, there we go. The tape is recorded, labeled voice lessons. The singer sounds pretty good.
A 1, 2, 3.
Long day at the rat race.
Pitch, darling, pitch.
A day job that lasts all week.
Rec support.
You dreamed of being the boss of that place, but now you quake when you're told to speak.
Raise the
Well,
diaphragm.
pay attention and hear my offer. A night of thrills to fascinate you.
Bite the apple.
A story brimming with song and dance.
No,
And
no.
plots and plans and chills await you.
Sustain, Daniel.
Abracadabulous, it's what we do in our abracadabulous way.
Splendid.
The night may be long, but it's full of song in our magical, tragical, abracadabrical play.
Very good, darling. Just remember, crescendo into the cutoff.
Okay, so he can sing. That was better than what he's doing right now on the stage, right? So something has gone wrong between him taking the lessons and him going into the audition. That's for sure. What else is here? Because we have all of the words actually. We had 34 out of 34, but the rest is gonna be flavor. Okay, so that's just the page from the script we've already seen. And that's another one of just the music sheets, and the narrator was there to click. Okay. So I think we clicked on everything. We have all of the words. And I mean, we already solved the side things, so we just have to say what happened. So someone ruined someone's audition for the role of someone by purposely something in the wrong key. Oh, maybe that was it. Something is like in the wrong key. They conspired to do this with someone else who wanted the role of someone. The only person who would have noticed the difference in this was someone, so someone added the something to a something used by something to make a something. This forced the victim to spend all afternoon in the bathroom. Well, I know the final word is gonna be in the bathroom. Yeah, so there was stuff about the... Yes, please bring a short song, preferably from the show, and preferably be in the correct key and tempo. Our pianist can transpose, but save us time if she can read your song as is. Yes, so Cass, she puts a laxative into the conductor's, Elena's smoothie, so that she has to go to the bathroom, so that she cannot hear the fact that it's not Dan who's singing wrong, it's her that's playing the piano at a different key to make him sound bad. And as we know from his notes is that while he can sing well, he just remembers the song instead of being able to adjust, right? Yeah, keep singing strictly in the key you've rehearsed regardless of what the piano is playing. Right, so he doesn't know how to do a different key, which, I mean, to me, this is like, what is even, right? I don't even have the concept of like, you're able to hear the music and then sing to it and you know what key you're singing in. I have no concept of that. I can't, right? I am just tone deaf. So this is like some sort of black magic knowledge as far as I'm concerned. But I heard people can do it. So it was Cassidy then. Cassidy ruined the dance Pratterly. Digibob is looking like, I've heard you sing. I know what you speak of. He's suffered me singing before. And he knows the black magic of singing, so that drives him crazy, just like Elena. Audition for the role of Casimir, I guess? Yeah, Michelle, yeah, this is like me and Digibob. I'm tone deaf. He can hear, so if I attempt to sing anywhere nearby, it's just like stabbing him in the ears. Oh no, Dan P is going for the narrator, because we know from these notes that's where he is. Okay, so it's not Casimir, it's the narrator. By purposely playing in the wrong key, they conspire to do this with someone else who wanted the role of narrator. The only other person who would have noticed the difference in key was Elena. So Cassidy added laxative to the smoothies used by Elena not to the smoothies, to something else. To make smoothies. This forced the victim to spend all afternoon. So, okay. She conspired with... I guess I didn't read this again. Babe, God, I wish you could be in there today. DP the DB is going to cause a polytonal cacophony, and he's so tone deaf he won't even notice. Unfortunately, Monster Maestra is going to have a very strong reaction to her new weight loss fad, so she'll also miss it, which I guess she has for this to work. Thank God she wouldn't stop blabbing at me about her honey substitution. Yeah, the saccharine. And frankly, that just made it all easier for me. I also planned some high-proof seeds to get her flashed once and for all. Anyway, kill it in there like you always do. I'll cover you in kisses later. Okay, so this is Cass and him, Mason, being in cahoots. Yes, I hope it's not weird that I coached Helen on the narrator song, but truth is she's just okay, so I don't think you have anything to worry about. She'll be fine in the ensemble. Yes, okay, so they both want to be narrators, so once again, Cassidy and Mason are up to crimes together. He also wanted to be narrator. So it was the saccharine. There we go. Chapter 3, solved. Still jealous of Dan Pratterly, Mason Wilder conspired with Cassidy Hillard to throw Dan's audition by having her play his song in the wrong key. Dan, being a muscle memory singer, was unable to adjust and clashed terribly with the compliment. Knowing that the music director Elena Stormwell would notice the key difference because of her perfect pitch, Cassidy lays her smoothie sweetener with laxative in the morning, causing Elena to spend the afternoon in the bathroom. She also planted liquor bottles in the kitchen to make it seem like Elena's issues were alcohol-related. Ultimately, Mason and Cassidy hoped this would quietly embarrass Dan and Elena off the board and away from the theater, yes. Again, just evil plotting. Birch Tree Theater newsletter. Whether it's a spot on local news or pop-up concerts at the Clydesdale Bell, word of our little theater is quickly spreading. Ohio, the musical, had a nearly sold-out run, largely due to the performance of Folk Start a Hollerin' by Mason Wilder and Jennifer Oja on the WCAT Sunrise Show. If you saw it, you probably recognize Mason from his star turn as the narrator in our spring show, Casimir. Also, please join me in welcoming Mr. Wilder to the board of Birch Tree Theater. Okay, so this is where Mr. Wilder finally manages to get the board role. Ohio also marked the passing of the baton of our resident piano prodigy, Cassidy Hilliard. We jumped at the opportunity to enlist Mrs. Hilliard as our resident music director and look forward to her conducting many future musicals at BTT. Contact the GNU Music Department to take piano lessons with her and stay tuned, pun intended, for future songwriting workshops at the theater. Auditions for our holiday musical, Oh Scrooge, will be held October 14. Please bring sheet music in the correct key. Stay cool, and we'll see you on stage for Oh Scrooge. Sincerely, Charles Gibson, BTT Board President. Yes, who knew community theater was so cutthroat? Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking, right? So it's not all murder. It's not all murder. But yes, it still remains schemes and sabotage and accidental murders. So yes, that's the first 3 chapters of the game. And so yes, as I said, today we're gonna go a bit shorter than usual because yes, my illness situation is still not fully resolved, and this game is again slightly more reading and I'm already feeling it. So hopefully that's enough, you know, to fill in a shorter stream. And if you found the game interesting, as I said, it literally just came out today, so it's available on Steam. If you wanna, you know, get it yourself, see what's in the other chapters. And yeah, if we enjoyed that, then I'm down to play the rest of it next weekend during the streams. And if not, then we can find something else. But yes, shorter one today, but I hope you still enjoyed. So yes, I will be wrapping it up. And yes, I hope you have a good rest of your day, rest of your evening, whatever you have planned, or you're just going to bed. Yes, if it's time for you. So yes, thanks for chatting, thanks for hanging out. Thank you for liking the stream. It all helps the channel. Tomorrow, more Hamster Mind videos. Well, one video. More Hamster Mind in one video on the channel. And hopefully you're looking out for that one. So take care, everyone. And thank you to all the members for supporting the channel. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.